Now, our next topic is types of soil. Now we are going to read about the types. How many types of soil is there? You must have seen different colors of the soil that are according to the types of soil. So next topic is types of soil. There are mainly three types of soil depending upon the amount of different soil particles present in it. These are sandy, clay and loamy soil. So three types of soil is there: sandy, clay and loamy. So these types of soil, these are according to the amount of different soil particles that are present in it. कि कितने soil particles soil में present हैं, तो depending upon that the soil is categorized into three types: sandy, clay and loamy. Now we'll study about them one by one. First we'll study about sandy soil. This soil has a greater proportion of sand particles. Sandy soil feels rough and gritty and is non-sticky when wet. It does not hold much water and drains most of it. What is sandy soil? It has the bigger proportion of sand particles. You must have seen sand. Sand तो आपने देखी होगी. Sand that is used to make buildings. Our homes, it is used to make our homes. It is mixed with the concrete, gravel. So mostly it contains large proportion of sand particles. Sandy soil में sand particles होंगे सबसे ज़्यादा. That is why that soil is called sandy. Sandy soil feels rough. This soil will be felt rough. When you will touch sandy soil, it will have a rough texture, grainy texture, gritty texture. जैसे grains का texture है, it will not be smooth when you touch the sand. अगर आप touch करोगे sand को तो वो smooth नहीं होगी. It will have a rough texture. So this sandy soil, it is rough and gritty and is non-sticky when wet. When you add water in sandy soil, it will be non-sticky. It will not stick to your hands. It will simply go through your hands when you touch it. It is non-sticky when wet. It does not hold much water and drains most of it. When you add water in sandy soil, it does not hold water. वो water को hold नहीं करके रखती, बजाय के वो water को drain कर देती है, उससे सारा पानी निकल जाता है. That is why it does not become sticky. अगर पानी उसमें hold रहे तो वो sticky होगी. अगर नहीं है तो that is why it is non-sticky. So that is your sandy soil. Next is clay soil. This soil has a greater proportion of clay particles. It has clay particles, much of the clay particles. That is why it is called clay soil. Fine powder. It consists of fine powder, like the talcum powder. Talcum powder that you apply on your body. जो हम body पे use करते हैं powder, that is like clay texture. Clay soil feels smooth when dry and lumpy and sticky when wet. When it is dry, when the clay soil is dry and you touch it during that time, what you will feel? You will feel that it has a smooth texture. वो बहुत smooth होती है, slippery. But when you add water in the clay soil, it becomes sticky. Dry and lumpy and sticky when wet. It becomes lumpy and sticky when wet. जब उसको आप गीली करते हो तो वो sticky हो जाती है. Why it becomes sticky? Because when you add water, the clay soil, it holds water. उससे पानी निकलता नहीं है, वो hold करके रखती है पानी को. That is why it becomes sticky. But sandy soil, we know it doesn't become sticky because if you add water in sandy soil, it drains most of the water, उससे निकल जाता है. That is why it is non-sticky. But clay soil, it holds water and becomes sticky when wet. Sorry. Next is your loamy soil. What is loamy soil? This soil has almost the same amount of sand, clay and silt. Loamy soil is the best soil for growing plants. It is rich in nutrients and humus and allows water to pass through it easily. Now, what is loamy soil? We know that in sandy soil, sand particles were more. In clay soil, clay particles were more. But in loamy soil, it has the same amount of sand, clay and silt particles. इसमें same amount है, जितनी sand है उतनी clay है उतनी ही silt है. So that is loamy soil. So this soil, it is best for growing plants. Plants, they grow best in the loamy soil because it gives nutrients to the plants. See, it is rich in nutrients and humus. Humus, we know that it is a dead remains of dead plants and animals. Humus, it is very nutritious and it gives nutrients to the plants and it makes the soil fertile. जहाँ पे ज़्यादा humus होती है वहाँ पे soil बहुत ज़्यादा fertile होती है, and at that place plants they grow very well. So this soil, it is very rich in nutrients and humus and allows water to pass through easily, and it also allows water to, because this is the property of loamy soil, it allows water to pass through easily. That is why plants grow very well in this soil. तो पानी को easily allow कर जाती pass होने के लिए. That is why water goes to the plants and plants grow very well in this type of soil. So next topic is our soil profile. In this we are going to read about the soil profile, means layers of the soil. How many layers of soil are there? Soil profile. Now what in this? Soil profile refers to the layers of soil. In the picture, these layers have been named A, B and C. Picture is given to you. Layers has been shown to you. हाँ जी बेटा, these are the layers of soil. First layer, that is A layer, A, B and then C. Now see what is present in these layers. A is called the topsoil. This is the topsoil. Layer A. It is the uppermost layer of the soil. This is the uppermost layer and contains fine particles of sand. What is present in top layer? Fine particles of sand, clay, humus, water and air. Sand, clay, humus and water. So these are the things that are present in the top layer. Sand, clay, humus and water. Second is the B layer, that is called the subsoil. It is the middle layer of the soil, present below the topsoil and contains broken pieces of rocks. Now what is present over here? Broken pieces of rocks. Small pieces of rocks that are present in this layer. C is called the bedrock. This is the bedrock. And what is present in this layer? It is the bottom layer of the soil and is quite deep inside the earth. It is deep inside the earth. इसके बीच में होती है बिल्कुल. It has large pieces of rocks. In the subsoil, small pieces of rocks are there. In the bedrock, large pieces of rocks are there. So this is the profile of soil. These are the layers of the soil. Soil, it has 3 layers. That is named as, first layer is topsoil, middle layer is a subsoil, and the last layer, that is the bedrock, that is present deep inside the earth. Now what is present on the in the topsoil? Sand, clay, humus and water. Here humus and water is present, that is why plants grow in this layer. In the subsoil, small pieces of rocks are there, and in the last layer, that is the bedrock, large pieces of rocks are there. So this is all about the soil profile. So next topic is soil erosion, that will continue in the next period. So go through the topics that we have covered today so that you can understand well. Thank you and have a nice day.